welcome to this week's episode of Play by Play. I am your host, Andy Horton, alongside my co-host, Jared Bergstrom. Well, Jared, this is episode number 145 of Play by Play, and we're kind of starting to inch our way. We're not there yet, but we're inching our way towards the dog days of summer. So we're definitely talking about baseball.
We're talking. Call that with the weather we've had recently.
Oh, I said we're inching. We're inching. There's been a lot of rain, so maybe we should have brought umbrellas on the show today. Keep us dry. But anyways, we'll talk about the NBA playoffs. We're through the second round and now almost through the conference finals. So we'll talk about how those have gone so far. And then, well, it's baseball season, baby. We got to talk about the Reds and maybe jump around the league a little bit. Have some fun today. So with that being said, and maybe some NFL schedule release reactions, because those videos, there's some of them that are always fun. So we might get into that today as well. So I guess with that being said, we'll go into the NBA, right?
Sure, let's start with the NBA. Ooh, you want to start out east or out west? Or in the east or in the west?
Well, last night was Pacers, and was the East. So hang on, as I have to turn off my volume.
Mute it until...
Because ESPN just has stuff that randomly plays all over the page. But anyways, yeah, so since the Eastern Conference was the latest game that we got to watch, we can go and do an Eastern Conference game.
All right. Another game that Indiana, the first quarter was insane. I mean, 78 combined points between the two. I figured that this was going to be a really high scoring game. And then you look at the finals and it was 130 to 121. So kind of slowed down, it seemed like. But I tell you what, Indiana, even when, I mean, granted, last night Halliburton had probably the best game he's ever had in his career. But he's getting a lot of help from role players, where last year they kind of shrunk in the playoffs. And granted, they had to play Boston, and that was no easy thing for them in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. But they are taking it to New York this year, and I'm loving it.
Yep, Jared is our resident Pacers fan. I tell you what, I think I said at the beginning of the run that the team that I thought that the Celtics were going to repeat, but the team that I was most afraid of in the East was the Pacers, and this is exactly why. They are deep. They got dudes everywhere, and all of their dudes are extremely talented. Take a glance back to game number 2, where they ended up winning in overtime. He had 30 points, hit 6 threes in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Nesmith?
Yeah. Did I not say his name? My apologies.
No, you didn't say his name.
I just jumped right in. I was too busy already staring at his stats. Frickin' Aaron Nesmith, a complete dog. I'm not mad that Boston had to end up giving him away, because we got a title out of it. But I didn't like the fact that Boston had to trade him to get a title. I've always been a big Aaron Nesmith fan, and the guy's just an elite shooter, a very good athlete, a great defender, and does a very good job playing his role. And then, they got a bunch of other guys too. Benedict Mathurin coming off the bench.
20 last night.
I was going to say, had a huge game last night. Hit 10 of 11 free throws. He was on his way to the line all night long. Shot over a third of their team's free throws. The rest of the bench, they didn't get, the most production out of, but how much more do you need when you get 20 out of him? Obi had 5, TJ McConnell had 6, and, those guys, they don't always have to, really have the biggest point performances or anything like that on there. McConnell is a lockdown defender. He's a great defender off the bench. Makes things tough on opposing guards. Obi Toppin, he's
been giving Cat fits this whole series when he comes in.
Yeah, and dude, I love Indiana's big man depth, right? And it's not like they really go super deep, but they do have Thomas Bryant in case they need him, But the top 3 with Halliburton with Siakam and Turner and Toppin, they're all 3 very good athletes, very young, and they all have very large skill sets. They can do a lot of different things. And Obi Toppin, and yeah, that's something I actually didn't know he could do. I didn't know he started shooting the ball a little bit. He hit 1-3 last night.
Yeah, he
shooting 36.5% on the season.
So he makes his time when he's in the game. He makes it worth it.
And I'm not allowed. I wasn't allowed to like him in college because he was a UD Flyer. But man, Obi Toppin is a fun guy to watch. That guy's good, and it's kind of cool because he's from New York. He's going back and showing out in front of
drafted by New York,
in front of his home fans. Was he drafted by New York? I totally forgot about that.
8th pick in 2020, and then they traded him like a year later. But yeah, I mean, Halliburton, 32 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, and no turnovers at all.
And that's amazing. He was still. I think even if he had 6 turnovers, he would have had an incredible game. They might not have won, but he still would have had an incredible game. Halliburton, I can't talk enough about this guy. Like, he's like my favorite player ever. Like, not really, but he easily could be if he does this over a career. Because really, my favorite player as a kid was Rondo. I love guards that are great passers. I love point guards that are just, really elite top-end passers. He does that. And the only thing that Rondo didn't have was the ability to score. Could you have imagined the amount of assists that Rondo would have had if he could shoot? Hang on, as I'm pulling it up. Tyrese Halliburton shoots 47% from the field, 39% from 3. In his later stages, Rondo did shoot a high percentage from 3, but he didn't shoot a high volume of them. 40% shooting Rajon Rondo from 3. That guy would have been Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook, like literally. But so I just love everything that Halliburton does.
And it's like we said going into this show or into this series last week, Halliburton doesn't have to put up 35 points a game like other stars on other teams do, because he can pass the ball out. He's a great rebounder. Like in the game 2 in New York, he only had 14 points, but he had 12 assists. Now, granted, Siakam had 40 points, and McConnell had 10 off the bench.
Yeah, and something else that gives him an advantage being able to do all that is just the fact that they are so deep. I'm not kidding. The top 9 guys on their roster, I think, can give you 10 points any night. And, when nobody has to, like, they did have Herculean efforts from Tyrese Halliburton and from Pascal Siakam last night. They both had a 30-piece, and Halliburton had a 30-piece triple-double, 15 and 12. And then Pascal had 5 and just kind of did a little bit of everything. Had 5 rebounds, a couple of assists. But they don't need that. Literally, they could win a game and have 9 different guys score 10 points. Hallie and Siakam give them 20.
Right.
And it could I wouldn't be shocked to ever see them win a game where literally they have 10 guys in double figures because of just how deep they are. I mean, Tony Bradley is a really good NBA player, and he doesn't get a ton of minutes for this team off the bench. He's getting about 11 a game in the playoffs. And he's like the guy that I'm like, okay, I don't think he's going to hurt you. But Benedict Mathurin, he can definitely give you 10. McConnell, he can come in and have a little bit of a scoring outburst. Everyone in Dayton knows what Obi Toppin can do. Halliburton, Nesmith. Nesmith had 18 points in the fourth quarter. Just on threes.
Yeah.
In game 2. But Nebhard, Turner, Siakam, which one of those guys don't you trust to be able to score? None of them. I believe in all those guys. So this is Indiana, even though the Celtics are my favorite team, Indiana might be my actual favorite team to watch. This team, they're so much fun. Like,
and they learn to play defense at the right time.
Obviously, if like Boston is playing and Indiana is playing, I'm rooting for Boston. But I love everything about Indiana, all the way down to the head coach, with
I love Rick Carlisle. I loved him in Dallas. I love him here.
Yep. So, and this is about how we saw the series going. I think we both
said Pacers in 6. So.
Yeah, and they're going back to the Garden tonight. If New York can get one here tonight or tomorrow, yeah, my bad. Then we got a really good chance of being right about in 6. But regardless, Pacers shaping up to be on their way to the NBA Finals, and I'm very excited about that.
I am too. Like I said, last week living in Indiana for 12 years, went to a lot of Pacers games, watched a lot of Reggie Miller, and I mean, I've never really had a favorite NBA team, but I mean, I guess I'd always rooted for the Pacers because I've been to most of their games, or more of their games than anything else. So I'm definitely happy.
You see Pat McAfee?
Oh, he's elated.
No, but did you see him yelling about all the celebrities that came to town last night?
No, I didn't. I saw there was a bunch there.
Pacer fans, I'm here with one of the loudest and craziest fans you know. Pat McAfee is in the building!
Indianapolis, Indiana. We got some big wigs from the big city in the building. Spike Lee is here. Ben Stiller is here. Timothy Chalamet is here. Let's send these sons of bitches back to New York with their ears ringing. Let's turn this shit on!
And then he gives a nice little punch as Carlisle's walking away. Gives him a nice little punch in the shoulder. He was just walking by. Love Pat. Love the energy. Go Pacers.
And then on the other side, are you done with that?
I was about to bring up the other side, but you go.
I don't know what to make of this series. I mean, the Thunder won games 1 and 2 pretty concisively, and then the Timberwolves won game 3 at home by 42, and then it was close last night. Back in OKC tonight, I feel like the Thunder are probably going to close it out because I just don't. I don't know what has happened to Minnesota. They played great against Denver. And I mean, Denver took them 7, but it's like they can't get out of their own way, and I think it's been a lot of turnovers. Let me look at not that one because that's the one they destroyed them.
I had 3 turnovers last night.
That's it?
No. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong one.
Was that the game they won by 40?
I saw the wrong. 21 turnovers.
Last night?
Yes.
Jeez, then that was only a 2-point game.
I guess it was 2 nights ago.
Oh.
Whatever it was, game 3. That's what we're talking about. No, game 4, right?
Game 4 was 2 nights ago, yeah.
Yeah, so we're talking about game 4. Yeah, my bad.
So if they could have held on to the ball 2 more times, they probably could have had this series tied up at 2.
Yeah, I mean, literally everyone who came in the game for the Timberwolves turned the ball over. Mike Conley, Naz Reid,
Randall 5,
and Nickeil Alexander-Walker are the only ones that had 1 turnover.
Edwards with 5. Good Lord.
Yeah, they had a real problem hanging on to the ball. I don't think that this series. I think at this point the Thunder are gonna win, and I'm pretty sure I picked them to win the series.
Yeah, we both did last week.
But I don't necessarily think it's over tonight. Anthony Edwards didn't have himself a good game, was 5 of 13, 1 of 7 from 3, and you just mentioned the 5 turnovers. Julius Randle, somehow even much worse than that. 1 of 7, 0 of 3 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line, 5 points, 5 turnovers. I think those guys are going to play better. I think it's going to happen. I don't see them playing that poorly. multiple nights in a row. But I don't know how this would mess with the actual rotation, how it would mess things up. But I think they got to think about putting Dante DiVincenzo in the starting lineup. Because I like Mike Conley. Mike Conley is old. And, Mike Conley was in college 2010 or something?
Jesus.
He's been around for a while. And I just think it's probably a little too... He
was drafted
37
in
years
2007.
Old. So, okay, I was trying to be nice. I was, when I said 2010, I was like, that seems like it's not quite long enough. Yeah, but, he hasn't been great specifically in the playoffs. 7.5 points a game over the last 10. Only shooting 38% and 36% from 3. So, it's just... And it's not like he was blowing the numbers away in the regular season. He only averaged 8 points a game, but he's gone from shooting 41% from 3 to shooting 36.
That's a huge step back.
That's massive. And then the actual the normal shooting percentage is taken a little bit of a dip as well, just a couple of percentage, but. Maybe he's got more energy, or maybe he's got more effect if he's coming in off the bench, and Dante DiVincenzo is able to, give him more of a boost in the starting lineup. Because I just don't know, with how good OKC is, you can't have Rudy Gobert, who is a complete negative on offense, and then have Mike Conley out there, who's a negative on offense. You have to. You can't have two guys that you don't have that don't need guarded,
Right.
And so if you add DiVincenzo in there, then I think that it'll help stretch the defense some. And Dante DiVincenzo is always awesome. He almost won the game for him the other night. Had 21 points in 28 minutes, shot at 7 of 11 overall, and 5 of 8 from 3. He did turn the ball over a couple times. Had 5 assists. 3 rebounds, a steal. He's always awesome. Always plays great. One of those Villanova dudes that it's like, oh yeah, that's right. He played for Jay Wright.
Wright.
Of course he's awesome. And so yeah, I think they can get this would be game 5 tonight. Mm-hmm. I think they can get game 5. And then if they go home, maybe they can get game 6 and force it to 7, but they just don't have enough. They sadly don't have enough, because I would love to see Anthony Edwards go to the finals.
Yeah.
There's nothing against, OKC. I've said all year and for the last 2 years that I haven't thought they're legit. And, well, I'm wrong. I'm just wrong. Mm-hmm. End of story. They are very legit. I think Shea does get a lot of whistles. I'm not trying to, he does get a lot of whistles. Shot 14 free throws the other night in that game. As a team, they shot 21.
And he shot
14.
2/3 of them?
Yes.
Jeez. Ooh, that's insane.
Yeah. He ended up having a pretty all right game. He scored 40, so it's hard to say he had a bad game. He was inefficient, though. 13 of 30.
Dang.
He was taken after Kobe in that one. So we'll see if they can extend it a little bit longer. But I don't know. So then, do we maybe?
Yes.
Game 1 is next Thursday.
June 5th.
So okay. So that means
we'll have time to make our predictions.
Next week.
So which series do you think would be more interesting? You got Indiana and OKC or Indiana and Minnesota?
So this is an interesting one for me because I've been so wrong on OKC. I'm going to have to do more research or whatever because I've been so wrong on OKC. I don't want to overcorrect and be like, well, they made it look easy out west. Mm-hmm. Are they really that much better than everybody and they're going to blow out Indiana? I just feel like Indiana's too deep to just get blown away like that. I don't know. I have to do some more research and all that Jazz. But wait, I guess, yeah, I mean, which would be more fun? I guess you could probably say OKC and the Pacers.
And it'll be interesting for the next game for the Knicks because I think it was Siakam when he went to go in for a lay or a dunk. He hit knees with Cat, and Cat kind of limped off the court and was limping the rest of the game.
Banging knees sucks, man.
So is that going to do it for the association?
I think so. I think what we should do real quick before we do go to baseball is have a quick chat about hockey.
Oh God! Hold on, let me pull this stuff up.
I don't really want to go too deep into it. Is Canada gonna win for the first time in 33 years or something? Edmonton is up 3-1 over Dallas with a great chance to go back. I mean, I think it was 1992.
93. It was Montreal over the Kings.
So I was 1 year off. I'd still a win for me, in my opinion.
Yeah. Not knowing anything about hockey, yeah. And then you got, who's this over here? The Hurricanes and the Panthers and the, I don't even know, what is that? Oh, the East.
Yeah. How did Florida get so good at hockey?
I don't know. They made it last year.
They don't even have ice. How did that happen?
And that team's in Miami. So that's the hottest part of Florida.
Yeah. And them and the Lightning, I mean, good often.
Yeah, Tampa Bay is.
How are teams that don't even know what ice is better than teams that live in ice places? I don't get this. But yeah, no. So is Edmonton gonna get out of the East or get out of the West versus the Stars?
I feel like it, and it'll be a rematch of last year's finals if Florida can get past. Where is the Hurricanes?
Carolina.
Carolina, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get past, it'll be interesting. And last year it went 7 games, so I'll root for Edmonton to win. Just see all history be broken.
I'm not rooting for Canada. I'm not rooting for Edmonton. I'm rooting for Connor McDavid.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Connor. And I have nothing against Edmonton actually either. Like, I actually really like their colors and their jerseys, their logo, everything. Like, I like what the Oilers got going on. I can't root for Canada. I can root for a Canadian guy, though. Because McDavid is Canadian, right? Pretty sure.
I believe so.
Yes, okay. Richmond Hill, Canada.
Sure. I don't know where that is in Canada, so.
It kind of makes me feel bad. Well, it kind of makes me feel useless that I'm the same age as him, and he's the best hockey player alive.
Oh, don't worry. Sports makes you feel that way. I mean, hell, hell, I think I'm 4 years older than Chase Elliott, and
he's not the best hockey player alive.
He's won.
That's not true.
He won a championship like his 3rd year in. That makes me. It's like, God, I could be out there racing. No, I wouldn't be racing. I can't do that. But it's like I had the chance, but it's like I'm 4 years older than him, and he's already won a championship. Yeah.
You can race monster trucks, Jared.
I just got to wreck shit then. I don't have to race.
Race monster trucks. That should be a thing. No, it's not, but
okay.
It should be.
I was about to say, I've been to one monster truck thing in my life, and all they did was destroy the cars. So are we going to now go to baseball? I mean,
who's coming out of the East?
I'm going to pick Florida. I'll have a rematch of last year, Florida versus Edmonton.
We should have talked about, at least lightly talked about the hockey, about the Stanley Cup playoffs the whole way. So we're not just getting into this when both series are 3-1. Yeah, I guess I'll take Florida.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
To get out, yeah.
But then, it's all been upsets. I mean, the Hurricanes upset Washington concisively in the second round. Panthers did, I don't know if that one's 7 with Toronto. The Jets, Dallas beat them 4-2, and they were the 1 seed. And then, the 1 overall seed, and then the Edmonton beat Vegas 4-1 in concisively game in their series. So it's not really been anything close. Granted, it would have been interesting to see Tampa and Florida play each other in the finals instead of in the first round.
Right?
Don't have to travel far for either game.
See, I got out of hockey as soon as the Red Sox. Oh my goodness, I'm all over the board.
We're not
today.
to baseball yet.
I kind of got out of hockey for the season when the Bruins freaking traded half the roster. Freaking, they traded a lot of guys that have been very close to my heart for a long time, and they were gone. Brad Marchand said goodbye. I said goodbye for the season.
I think I've been to one Blue Jackets game my whole life, and I have no. I guess I've never really had a team. I've liked players. I liked Crosby. I liked Ovechkin.
I guess a good thing is that last year I was able to get to a Bruins game before they traded away all my guys. So they, me and my buddy Coop went and saw him in Nashville because he's a Predators fan. 5-0.
Nashville?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then good.
We were really good last year. Everyone just was really old, and eventually you gotta make changes.
Ooh. All right. Now going to baseball. Do we just want to start with the Reds, or do we want to talk about anything else around baseball that you want to talk about?
Hang on. I was just looking. There's 2 guys that I love still on the Bruins.
Oh.
All the rest of them are gone. David Pastrnak and Charlie McAvoy. Shout out to those guys. Jeremy Swayman's not bad, but he's just eh. Anyways, baseball time. You said what about?
Is there anything else you want to talk about the league, around the league, or anything before, or?
Kinda, yeah.
Right.
I heard something earlier, and so we can talk about it a little bit. Yesterday was the first time ever. I won't have the stat 100% perfect, or maybe I will. Yesterday was the first time ever that a team that averaged less than 3 runs per game came back from 6 runs or more.
You're talking about Pittsburgh and
The Pirates and the Diamondbacks.
yeah,
They were down 6-0.
in the 6th.
I didn't know when, but they ended up winning 9-6.
Yeah. Good for Pittsburgh. They give their fans a little bit of something to talk about until the first pitch of the next game, because it's just a bad season for Pittsburgh.
Kevin Gingle, is that his name? The guy that got the loss? Yep, guy that got the loss there for Arizona. I got any idea what his ERA is?
35.
Not quite.
29.
It's 12.
Oh. I don't know, something. I mean, like Chase Petty, his ERA was like 42 after his first game, so I don't know if it'd be something
It was 36.
blown up like that. The Diamondbacks, they've blown 3 leads of 10 or more runs this season that we talked about last week, and now they're just blowing games left and right.
And they've lost 3 or more. They've lost 3 straight and 4 of the last 5.
They could lose 45 straight, and they're still not going to go to the bottom of their division.
That's very true.
Sorry, Colorado.
Dude, the Mariners just keep hitting homers. They won 9-0 over the Nationals yesterday, and it's not like, the Nationals are great or anything. But how did they score 9 runs? They don't have good offensive players. They just hit homers.
Yeah. Let me go up and look at it. They're in first.
I'll clarify that. They don't have a lot of good offensive players. They have good ones.
Yeah, Cal Riley. Well, Raleigh hits home run. He hits home runs.
Julio Rodriguez
Hits home runs.
Freaking. PJ Crawford doesn't really hit home runs, but
He just hits the ball,
yeah, he's a good player. Randy Arozarena,
hits home runs. Tampa
Yeah.
Bay, I don't know why Tampa Bay let him go.
gotta do something. Gotta, I don't know. But those guys, every single time I look at the, I look at the scoreboard, it's like, oh, they scored 8 more runs and they hit 4 more homers, because that's all they do. Cal Raleigh, I think he's tied for the lead with 19. I think that's the.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
And Julio and Crawford also have 10 apiece. I said Crawford. I meant Randy.
Shohei has 20 because he's hit a home run in 3 straight games now. So he's at 20, and then Raleigh is at 19, Judge at 18, Schwarber at 18, Corbin Carroll at 18.
Dude, what the hell has been going on with Kyle Schwarber this year? He's doing more than just hitting home runs. So he's down to 250, but there was like a week or so ago, he was at like 280.
Yeah, he's just hitting the hell out of the ball.
Like, I love Kyle Schwarber. Can you guys please afford him? In Cincinnati, he'd break the record. He'd hit 80.
He gonna break Barry Bonds' 73 in a season record?
Dude, he'd hit 80 in the first by the All-Star break. In Cincinnati?
No, they'll just
I don't know why Barry
pitching
Bonds
around.
never came to Cincinnati.
I don't think the stadium was built at the end of his career.
Did Barry Bonds not play into the 2000s?
He played in 2007.
Yeah, there was 4 years where he could have just been racking them up.
At that point, you're just pitching around him, so you don't give up home runs.
I mean, they could have walked him another 5,000 times.
He only had 3 home runs in Great American Ballpark.
He didn't play there often. But in his last 4 seasons, and one of them he did not really play, but his last 4 seasons, he had 50, 104, 103, 104 home runs. He would have had, if he would have played those 4 seasons in Cincinnati, he would have had 150. But Kyle Schwarber, man, a national treasure. I love that guy. He's a great baseball player, too.
Yeah. And he eliminated Braxton Miller and Wayne in the playoffs and an upset his senior year in the first round.
They played in the same
football.
time?
Yep.
That's
they were both
crazy.
seniors. I think they were both seniors.
That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Wait, how old is Kyle Schwarber then? Not that old. He's like, what, 30? Kyle Schwarber's 32. Yeah. Wow. I thought he was like 35. I just felt like he was a little bit older than what he is.
Ooh.
But take a look at some of the scoring, some of the stats that have been happening so far today across baseball, and what the hell is going on in Arizona? The Pirates are up 8-0.
Nah, don't worry. The Pirates can blow it. What inning are they in?
Top of the 9th, or top of the 8th.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye on it. And we'll see.
I don't think they're going to blow that one. The White Sox 9-4 over the Mets. Early schedule has been crazy so far.
Guardians beat the Dodgers.
Astros 5-3 over the Athletics. 6-all in at Petco Park between the Marlins and the Fathers. The Brewers, they had a walk-off. They've walked off Boston 2 nights in a row. Yesterday it was Christian Yelich walk-off grand
he
slam.
Don't play that much. anymore, it seems like.
It took him a while to get off the IL with that back issue. But a walk-off last night, walk-off grand slam against my Red Sox last night, and then today.
That was disappointing.
Oh, well, yeah, I showed the video. I played it, and we watched it right before the show. Maybe you can put it in post so the fans can see it. That throw was so far off, and actually, I still am yet to go and look who in the hell was playing second base for Boston. I'm pulling it up now. Something Hamilton. I'm waiting for the... David Hamilton. He needs to be let go. That throw was so awful. I mean, it was a throw not even from second to home. It was closer from second to home. And he's 10? At least 10 feet wide of the bag? And Sal Frelick sliding into home, like, he could have gotten him. But the throw was so far off. It was so far off.
I'm just going to see if I can find it. But yeah, it was just a bad. That's bad. We need Boston to win those games.
1-2. Ground ball hit to second base. They're going to come home. The throw is wide.
I mean, he was standing in. That's Contreras. He was standing in the left-handed batter's box, and that thing goes wide of all the paint.
Yeah, he throws it here. I think he throws it over this way.
No. It goes on the other side.
Oh, you Jesus.
And that doesn't win it, but the wide throw lets runners go to second and third with no outs.
And that just lets a fly ball.
I just want to know, why did he catch it? What's the point? I mean, he actually made a great throw, so I guess that's the point, but tough way to lose in extras up in Milwaukee. I think those are all the scores we have so far today. 10-0. The Pirates strike again.
They're just building it up for an impossible comeback for Arizona. They're going to come back, win that one from down 10. Get one of their own. All right, so let's talk about the last week.
I think before we get there, I'm going to try to go through and...
Oh, you said before we came in, you had a trivia question for me, and I had one for you about baseball.
Yes.
All right.
So my question was, there are which Reds/Red are tied for the record for most multi-home run games as a Red?
So
how many?
One or two?
How many and who? Like 2 home run games, at least 2 home run games as Reds.
Yeah. Is there a number of players that I can...
I'll tell you, there's 2 of them.
2 of them, okay. Let's see. Pete Rose didn't hit a whole lot of home runs, so I doubt he's on the list. Can I get a time frame of one of them? Like, is one of them like super old, like Ted Kluszewski old, like
None
in
of
the
them
1900s?
are like that.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let's go.
And you certainly know who both of them are. It's not like it's some obscure.
Okay. Votto's not one of them, is it?
No.
Okay.
Give you 5 guesses. I just
Okay.
held up 6 fingers. I don't know why. But 5 guesses.
It's like in Shrek. Pick number 3, my lord. So let's see. I kind of want to go to the Big Red Machine. Let's see, who on the Big Red Machine? Not Morgan, not Rose. I don't think bench did. Frank Robinson.
That's a great guess, but no.
Damn it. Do I got to come closer?
Time frame?
Yeah. Oh, Robin, the big red.
Not necessarily.
Damn it. George Foster.
No.
Damn it. Okay, so there's two. Did I see the other one play, or are they both before we were born?
One of them you've seen play, yes.
Jay Bruce.
No.
Damn it. I give up.
One of them just did it.
Ellie?
Yes.
Oh, God, then the Reds have never hit multi-home run games like that.
Do you have a guess on how many?
I've got to say like 5 then.
Yes. 5. The other Red was Pete Rose. I got my dad on that one last night. They said the only reason I know is because Ellie hit 2 home runs yesterday. They said it. And that's the wild thing. Pete Rose hit 160 home runs in his career and never hit more than 16 in a season.
But he had 5 games with 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume probably just 2.
I didn't go. I took the stat that they said.
Okay.
I didn't look to see if he had a 3 home runs.
Pete Rose did. April 29th, 1978. He went 5 for 6, 3 home runs.
Wow.
All right, mine.
Just had all of his power all at once.
Yeah. Mine was, what Major League Baseball player has broken up 81 no-hitters, all with home runs?
Let's be clear, this player has actually broken up a lot more no-hitters, but he's done it 81 times with home runs.
Yes.
I hate this because I've heard this before, but I don't remember who it is.
You don't want to take any guesses?
I don't. I feel like I will not be anywhere near. I don't feel like I'll have a good guess.
Ricky Henderson.
Ricky. Okay. Yep.
All right. Are we going to time to talk about the Reds now?
Yeah.
All right. Standings. Reds come into today at 500, right? 500.
Yep.
4 out of the 5 teams out of the National League Central are at 500 or better.
Oh, after this we can make fun of the Colts. Or the Colts. I'm sorry, not the Colts. The Packers.
Why? What'd the Packers do?
Because the tush push thing happened.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I was about to say, what the hell are we making fun of the Colts for? We've had a rough week.
I didn't mean the Colts. I said the wrong one. Rest in peace, Jim.
All right, Reds come in 28-28 on the season. They got Hunter Green on the hill tonight. Look at the rest of their schedule. We got to take the series from Kansas City because we've got. Oh no, we're going for the sweep.
Yes.
We need it because we got to have momentum going back into Chicago because we've got, like we talked about last week, I think it's 12 straight series over teams over at 500 or better. I think till the end of the All-Star break.
No, it was 33 out of 36 games.
Okay, then the last 2 series have got to be it's obviously the Rockies and the Dolphins or Marlins. Mm-hmm. Dolphins. Well, it kind of looks like a dolphin.
We're both all over the board today. Speaking of the Dolphins, they just took the lead.
The Dolphins did?
Yeah, the Dolphins just went up 7-6 over the Padres.
On the Padres, okay.
Since you messed it up, I'll just roll with it.
All right. Last night was a good start for Martinez. I know we've been hard on him all year.
Singer.
2 nights ago was a good start for Martinez.
Yeah, and actually, dude, I'm until further notice, I'm not going to say any bad words about Nick Martinez because
I think we got to keep it up because
he's been a flamethrower. I mean, and I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't use that word because normally flamethrower people say that in reference to someone who's throwing like 102 or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's just been fantastic. He is not. I mean, all year last year and most of the start of this season, I was like, he can't go deep. he's only a 4-inning pitcher, and Green, Abbott, and then Martinez. That's the order it's been so far. Like, and Abbott hasn't been around nearly as long because he started things off on the IL. And I don't want to act like Nick Lodolo hasn't been good, but we haven't gotten good Nick Lodolo yet. Average Nick Lodolo is better than most pitchers in the league. Good Nick Lodolo is a borderline
Cy Young
ace.
contender. And
Yeah. And Martinez has just been straight up better than him. Outside of maybe the first 2 or 3 starts, he's been on fire. You just can't talk about how good this Reds pitching. You can't stop talking about how good this Reds pitching staff has been, and that I'll even say that, and I mean top to bottom, and I'll even say that after they had the worst series in 125 years versus the Cubs. Talking about the bullpen. Had the worst series since 1901, giving up 21 runs in that 3-game stretch. And so I'm so, like, I don't know if I could be, for how average the Reds have been for good stretches of the season, I don't know if I could be any more excited about this team, because the pitching has been amazing. The defense can still get better, that's for sure. The offense can get a lot better. You know, we got guys like Matt McClain that everyone thinks is the second coming of Jesus, who hasn't been good but 80 games three years ago at this point. But if he can turn things around, and Tyler Stevenson over the last couple days, he started to heat up, then this team I really think could be really, really good. And I wouldn't be shocked if this team ends the season 10 games over 500 if things can keep rolling this way, because we still got guys that are still going to come up, right? Like, Lauder should be on his way at some point. I know he got hurt again, right, in his last start, so I know that that's a setback. I don't know how big of a setback, but obviously he's been pushed back. But Wade Miley, he's still on his way.
Yeah.
He's getting close. At some point, I do think that Burns is going to come up. May, dude.
I think he's still just in Double-A. So if he comes up, I feel like it'll just be like a spot start just to get him into the league. But I don't think he'll stay up.
Maybe I should say, if this team is in, like, contending, is fighting for a playoff spot, if this team has a chance to make the playoffs, I think you got to bring him up. Like, why not just throw everything at the wall and like, I'm just super impressed with, like I said, even though the Reds haven't been amazing so far, with how they've been able to kind of hang around there at that middle area. Now with the offense, you know, we're 5 games in a row, we're scoring 6 runs or more. They can kind of keep that momentum going. Then
kind of looking at the Bats offense and looking to see who could maybe be coming up, but not really anybody sticking out to me that could be coming up.
But does anyone really have to come up? Like, or does do guys outside of Matt McClain just have to keep playing the way they've been playing the last week or so?
I forgot Callahan got put down there.
He broke his arm.
Yeah, that's true. So he'll be coming back. I figured he'd been out for the year. No, they said he could miss like 2 months, and he should be back.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, out 2 months. Still, what's the point of bringing him back? I wasn't a big fan of him. I didn't think he was only around for a week.
He's a rookie.
Yeah, but like, aren't the Reds trying to win? Because if they're not trying to win, then okay, I guess bring him up. But if TJ Friedl is hitting 300 and this team is trying to win, and Spencer Steer has been like a roller coaster lately that's not going down. He just keeps going up that hill. I think that this team maybe I'm wrong. I think they'll get it together. Like I think it'll be before the All-Star break.
It's got to be
things
now.
are gonna snap into place. Let's go look at the schedule. I said I thought we had a chance to go 5 or 6-0 over this last week. And dude, I don't feel bad. Like, we lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. I still don't feel bad about that pick, I guess you could say, about that prediction. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
It's just
because they hit everything. The Cubs hit everything. And like I said, the Reds had the worst series by our bullpen in over 125 years. So, like, the Cubs, obviously we have to beat them. These games coming up here will be huge.
Yeah, the next 3.
But if they can, like, take 2, I don't see why we can't take 2 out of 3. It'll be tough, but, like, dude, they don't have the pitching to be able to beat the Reds. They have the hitting too, but if our pitching can just not have its worst series of the season, then we win that. Then we might sweep them. We probably do sweep them.
Oh yeah, because we were up 6-2 in the game you went to on Friday, and
Rodolo gave up 6 runs in an inning.
oh, see, he did that. Was he the one pitching when we went to the Washington game that they lost?
Maybe.
I feel like it was. He gave up 4 runs in that inning that blew it open. Yes, it was Lodolo.
Hey, when he doesn't have it, he doesn't have it.
No. So looking over the next week, or not over the next week for the Reds, it's division. You got a 6-game stretch against the division that we got to win. You got to, not necessarily sweeps, but you got to take the division series. And it's plain as simple as that. Because if you look at the standings, let me go to the wild card. I know it's still too early. Wild card, we're only 3.5 back. But the Giants, or not the Giants, the Cardinals and the Brewers are both ahead of us. And we lost 3 out of 4 against Milwaukee early, and I think we split St. Louis. If we can just come out on top of those, divisional games we're fine, because, that's who we play the most. And coming down the back stretch out of, I don't want the whole MLB schedule. Going into the All-Star break, we've got 2 out of the next 3 series are against division. And then we've got St. Louis kind of at the middle of June, end of June. And then you've got winnable games. Miami's should be beatable. We got 4 at home against them, so hopefully we can take 3 out of 4 like they did against us. Colorado, if we don't sweep them concisively, then I may be done at halfway through point this year.
I got a feeling that the Reds are going to be in pretty good shape by that point. We'll have to see, but I don't know. I'm very optimistic. And for a guy that's watched every single game this season, I shouldn't be. Because I've seen the bad stuff, but I've also seen the good stuff. And the good stuff excites me a little more than the bad stuff scares me.
Just looking at the second half of the season.
Really, I think this stretch right here, the next 4 series,
God.
I think this next 4 series is going to tell 5, make it 6, 7, 8. Yeah, until we're done with the Phillies. So July 6th, between now and July 6th, we'll find out who the Reds are. Because it is one more game against Kansas City, then 3 in Chicago, 3 at home against Milwaukee, 3 at home against Arizona, go up to Cleveland, stay up for Detroit. I might go to one of those games.
Which
if
one?
you're interested, go into a Detroit game. I'm all in on Detroit. I love the Tigers this year. They're so much fun.
Scooble's pitching, maybe. He'd be the only one I'd want to see for Detroit.
Jackson Jobe? He's a dude. He's a dude. And they got a lot of good players up there, man. And then Minnesota, St. Louis. These are all 3.
New York's home.
Minnesota, St. Louis, New York. The Fathers come into town. Boston, and then the Phillies. Yeah, that's a gauntlet. Come out 500 or just a little above 500, and I think this team is legit, like for real. We'll just have to see.
All right, so are we picking games to next week?
I guess. So tonight, Hunter Green is on the mound. It's got him winning.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go to that game, Jared? You get tickets as low as $3.
Andy, we wouldn't get there in time if we flew now.
I know. I just saw the tickets at $3.
$3. Good God, Kansas City doesn't suck.
Yeah, they're $500.
Shit, Colorado's tickets are more expensive, and they're 50 games out of $500. Their lowest tickets is $7. Oh yeah, I got the Reds winning tonight. I'll say we'll take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. And 12:40, I think we'll take 2 out of 3 against Milwaukee. We have to. We got to win the division series. I'm gonna say we're gonna take either 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 against the division series. Probably every time.
I'm not. That being said, 6-1 over the next week. I'm gonna pick them to go 6-1.
So what I had them with 2 losses.
So 5-2.
All right.
And that a good chunk of that is just kind of hoping that our pitchers are going to be good, like in that Milwaukee series. I don't think that this offense is terrible. I think they're average. I think they might be a little better than average. It's just
that's the thing with Chicago.
Guys getting back healthy. It's they got to get healthy and then
stay healthy,
and then they got to get in a groove. Because you don't just get. This is not basketball or football where you're healthy. Oh, okay, then I'm good. No, it takes time to get into a groove and into a rhythm. In basketball, you miss a month or so, maybe take a couple games to get back. In baseball, it might take a month to get back. So get a couple of these guys back. Most of it is healthy right now, but if Marte or CES or
he hasn't even come back yet, has he?
CES? No. But if one of those guys can get healthy and come back and get in a groove, it could be very, very interesting to see how this team goes.
Hell, if you could get Wednesday off, we could go to the game and then come in and do the show and talk about it because it's a 12:40 game next week.
We'll see.
Call in sick, Andy.
We'll see. I might. We'll see.
It's Abbott. I like it when Abbott pitches.
I was going to say, normally good things happen.
All right. Anything else in MLB you got to talk about? Or you want to talk about?
The one thing that I sent you that we haven't talked about yet, it's just kind of a mention because I thought it was really cool. The thing about the Tigers, for Memorial Day, they hosted families of fallen soldiers, and they wrote the names of the soldiers on their hats, and they wore them out for the game that day. Hell yeah, I thought that was super cool. Always super pro-military, I think that's probably about it. I mean, this happened a few weeks ago, but we didn't talk about it.
I got the.
Their families were all recognized before the game.
Oh, you got a video.
This afternoon, exciting for all of them. And some of the guys, 5 players, are wearing their hats with names written on there. Those are the names of the fallen soldiers. Colt Keith is wearing U.S. Army Sergeant First Class Raymond Haley, Casey Mize, U.S. Air Force Senior Airman Michael Hinkle, Zach McKinstry, U.S. Army Specialist, James Valancourt, Will Vest, U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Michael Baker, and Trey Sweeney, U.S. Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Marcus Baywall. Wanted to take a moment to recognize those heroes who did pay the ultimate price for our freedom and ability to be here at this baseball game here today. Trey Sweeney said, anything we can do to make these families' days great and just a little bit brighter, we're happy to do it. The guys will be autographing those hats after the game and presenting them to the families that are here today enjoying a baseball game.
Hey, so huge shout out to the Tigers and to FanDuel, and to FanDuel Sports Network for doing that video and for actually reading all of the names. That's even better. I didn't know that they did that. So salute to the Tigers and, like I said, to FanDuel. Yeah, and then I don't think we talked about this. Maybe we did. But I just sent you a couple weeks ago the Snakes. They came out with their new City Connect jerseys. I don't know if we talked about them.
I feel like we did.
The purple and teal. So your thoughts, I guess?
I liked the old. Let me blow the picture up so. I like the old colors of the Diamondbacks back in the day, so I'm for it. I love the serpents written across the chest and with the S on top. And like you said, purple's my favorite color, so I love the purple and teal.
I didn't know that. Hey, it's my second, so there you go.
What's your first?
Green.
Okay. So yeah, I like it.
And I like the ones that they had last year, that they were white, but these are way better. These are so much better.
Yes. There was one I saw that I did not care for. I want to find that up. See if I can pull that up. No, that's not a City Connect. I don't know. I don't like Boston's. I don't know if we talked about it or if I texted you.
It's awful. It's awful. It's god awful. And I love the Red Sox, and I love the big green monster. I don't know what they were doing. That's disgusting. Oh, good Lord. I'm just going to be quiet till you find it. That's bad. Mm-hmm. I thought that the city flag last year was so much better. The yellow, the bright yellow.
Yes.
I thought that was better. I mean, actually, put it up again real quick, I guess. Because when I just saw it, it wasn't as bad as when I first saw it. That doesn't look as awful as it. I mean, the first time I saw it, I was physically repulsed.
But like you said, I like the.
That's so much better.
Yes.
And for those that don't know, that's like the city of Boston flag. You're gonna buy the Boston.
No, I'm not buying the Boston Globe. Go away. All right. Well, I'm not gonna like it anymore if they don't let me. Here, we'll pick on that one. There we go. Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah, I thought that's real slick, and a lot of people didn't like them because they don't understand. Because I don't know. Maybe they didn't understand that it was like the city flag or whatever. I did know.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. There's a lot, because I do know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was great.
Okay, I guess I can see
Go ahead, put it up.
the Boston flag, the colors of it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, paying, and see, that's a cool City Connect jersey. You pay connection to the city.
Mm-hmm. And you're still like connecting to the city because you're literally connecting right to the Red Sox, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
Colorado here. I don't think we talked about it. Maybe we can do that next.
I kind of like Colorado's. It's not awful. It's not great.
Oh, no, let's see. Where'd it go?
I thought last year's was way better. That's for sure.
See, I don't know if this was last year's or if this is this year's. Hold on, let me. Come on. Oh, God, hold on. San Diego's was. I did not care for San Diego's last year.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's
Horrible.
So last year's the Rockies was the green one.
Okay, then that's the one I was talking about.
And so do you know what this year's are?
No, then I guess not. This is last year's, right then?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like it should be a Phoenix Suns jersey.
Oh, Lord. I'm just going to pull it up.
Yeah. That look was amazing.
I'm sorry. I guess I can see it with the purple tying into the Rockies purple, but I'm not buying the Colorado Times either. But none of the other colors go with. I don't care about Channel 5 News in Colorado.
I think it's supposed to have something to do with Colorado sunsets, maybe. I don't know.
I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass on that.
It kind of looks more like it belongs for the Suns.
Right. They can get away with that colorful shit in Phoenix. And apparently San Diego, too. So we're going to move over to the NFL releases.
I didn't really have time to watch many of them this year.
Okay. Well, there was a couple.
Oh, okay. So Jared's got them, and I'm reacting.
All right. Well, then Okay, we're going to start with the.
I saw the Bengals.
We talked about the Bengals.
Really good.
That was good. It kind of spoofing off the Office stuff. Let me go up here and get.
And I also saw the Titans. I always see the Titans, though.
Okay. I didn't see the Titans, so I guess I'll have to go back and look at that.
It's the same one.
Oh.
Where they go to Broad Street and ask people, or they go to Broadway and they ask people who the logos belong to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
The Colts were the Cowboys, for sure. The Colts were, of course, the Cowboys.
Oh, God. You people. Well, we'll talk about the Colts because the Colts, they had theirs taken down because they felt like they upset people.
Oh, yeah, didn't they?
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but I want to.
Shots.
I want to watch
Here at the Las Vegas Raiders, we like to treat every
Hold
day
on.
like it's game day.
Shut up. This is the Raiders. It's not. We won't watch the full 6 minutes.
Oh, good Lord.
But they take a lot of shots at teams they're playing.
So I heard Tom Brady's in the building today with John Spytek.
Yeah, they are right up there.
Hey, Tom, great draft class, some great free agents. We got Pete Carroll. You ready for the season? Let's go.
That's awesome.
All right, everyone. So the next stop on our tour will be our 3 Super Bowl trophies. The first 2 while we were in Oakland, and our third while we were the Los Angeles Raiders.
Of the 3 teams that played in Los Angeles, how many have won a Super Bowl?
2 have. 1, not so much. Let's see the team room.
1983 was a good year.
Yeah, I remember like it was yesterday. You see that, Jim? Touchdown. Holy Toledo. Whoa.
Here at
They beat the
Raiders
Commanders in
headquarters,
Super
we
Bowl
love to
that
take
year.
Everything authentically and
Okay.
with love. Come on, that needs more sauce! Hey, you guys are taking too long. Let's go! Pat, what is up? That's burn! You call yourself a chef? That looks like bear
All right. I actually did see that part. But I didn't know it was for the Raiders' schedule release. Even better.
Dang, AJ.
I don't get that one.
I didn't either.
Okay. Pat, the punter.
Welcome to the
That's,
dark side.
it had to be about Pat. All right, I didn't get that whole one.
Hey, where's the flags?
Grab one there. You can grab one over there, and get a penalty flag over here. You see, how about here? There we go. There's one here, and how about here? There's one here. Good reaction. Good reaction.
Maybe I accidentally watched part of theirs. Because I remember that too.
Las Vegas Raiders, this is JP Jackson Powers Johnson. Yeah, no, I can definitely help you out with that. Anything else? No? Just always remember, go Raiders.
Jackson, what was that?
Just working hard.
That's, oh my God, Jared, pause that.
Nothing surprising.
Oh, yes. Yes. I saw that on Twitter and I didn't realize what it was.
Oh,
Because it didn't pop up with the Jacksonville
Okay.
at the end. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, go Raiders.
they're not the only team that did that.
My boy Ashton is there, but that makes me love the Raiders even more.
Cute pony. Looks good, but let's have a closer look.
Yeah, let's have a closer look.
What you think?
Very.
Good, good. Yeah, looks good.
Hey, yo, come on, man. What's going on?
It was bring your dog to work day today, bro. Man.
Come on, man.
Can I get some help?
Charles, what's up?
The Eagles?
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Here we go.
Come on, you got it. Shot.
Oh, you think of?
Got you, bro.
Come on, Max.
Guys, white, not blue.
Hey, Coach, your chewing gum for the year's here. Where do you want me to put it?
Hey, where's Flag?
For it?
Chewing gum for the year. Jeez.
That's the good stuff. I'm smacking this apple.
That box is not big enough.
No.
Yeah, I think the Raiders might have won. I think theirs might have been the best. Oh no.
What?
I hate the Minecraft music.
I think the Colts and the Chargers did it.
Oh, the Chargers did too? Oh, that's so bad. Yes, that's what it was. Okay. Hit Will Levis? Jesus.
Broke his mayonnaise jar.
Chicken jockey.
See, I'd never really played Minecraft, so I didn't get a lot of the references in it.
He's up to no good.
Watch out,
Have to take a shower when he goes in
And that was during that stupid Nickelodeon game last year with the Chargers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's bad. I don't like it.
No, they had a couple good spots in it, and that was it. They do roast Jacksonville.
Oh, this is bad. I was literally talking about this earlier this week. I don't remember in context of what, but I was talking about the fake Patrick Mahomes Jr. or Senior and John Rocker fight.
Hi.
Oh, it's got to be coming up then the Jacksonville one.
Duval.
That whole thing was awful.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yuck.
Trying to find let me find the Bills. I did like the Bills. Or was it the Chargers always seem to have a good one.
What is with Minecraft this year?
Because that movie came out, that's why I think they all just tried to tie around it.
You know, more than 5-year-olds watch football, right?
Right. 5-year-olds don't.
All right, so this is like way better than the Colts. It's still an F- because it's Minecraft. The Colts was a Z-. This is just a regular old F-.
All right.
Did you see that? The ship was called the Dan Marino. I like that. That's kind of cool.
Thanks, Mike.
Absolutely, thank you.
Go get him, Mike. Hustle in there.
Why is Andrew Luck involved? Who's Jason Bean?
I don't know.
Was that the GM? No.
No. GM's Chris Ballard. I don't know. Yeah, theirs wasn't. that great. Let's see.
He's a quarterback.
Oh.
Some guy that you guys drafted from Kansas, maybe?
Arizona they have is the second one, so let's see what theirs is about.
What's up, my boy? Workflow. You know what time it is? The man is in the building.
Storm coming. You know we coming, better get around. Yeah. Bird gang. Yeah. K1 told me what's the play. Let's fine tune some things, then we off the Tampa Bay. Love the Superdome on the road against the Saints. Cheese in the safe at the crib, Green Bay. Get in the field, you know the boys make it happen. Brought the heat with us cause it get cold in Cincinnati. The Bird gang get home against
He just rhymed happen with Cincinnati.
I think he did.
Yeah, we scrap it up, get ready to battle. Hit so hard like we had 12 men, we in Seattle. Levi's on, quick trip to the 49ers. Before I leave the house, I made sure I grab my Bible. So go to tighten up, cause Tennessee home. The next week, could be an division opponent though. So fly, LA on the road. And Lucas all against the coast, it'll be a show. Now we on to the bye week. Time to relax you with the family.
All right, I'm not.
But you best believe I'm like.
Bro, what was that?
That was just bad prepping.
How, guys? How did he get that? You said that one was highly ranked?
Second.
He's making noise.
To who?
Yes, sir. Shout out to the 12s. And y'all know how we
But
do.
he's under attack. The Minnesota Viking, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer, and the Arizona Cardinal. Is Spoon cooked? No. It's Hawks legend Steve Largent with Power Hand. For the 50th, we're bringing you an all-pro squad of action-packed legends like Tez Rex with Dino Power Tail Whip and supersized Big Wall Jones. Now that sketchy cat from the Jags is littering on the field.
We don't do no littering over here, man. Put your trash in the garbage.
Go Hawks! Uh-oh, it's the Falcons, Saints, Panthers, Colts, Texans, Commanders, Steelers, and the mighty Tennessee Titans. But they're no match for Bam Bam Cam's Bam Bam Van. And who's riding along? It's Marshawn.
This is great.
Just a baby stiff arm. Oh, that's gonna get him a fine. Fine money not included. The Hawks can get some super
Fine money
not included.
loaded mobile command HQ playset, including a Bavarian karaoke lounge and a fully functioning bathroom from the Kingdom, featuring powdered soap and smoothie bar with 17 different protein options. And Chad, the smoothie barista.
Hey, I'm Chad. How much protein are we looking to ingest today?
Oh, my powders! Oh no, it's the LA Lambs. Witherspoon jumps into action, and now he's trying to
LA Lambs.
12.
That shit hurt, didn't it? I know what it is. Get up. No, you ain't gonna get up? I understand, though. I just
Go! It's the 49ers, spewing 90s nostalgia. Time for the Hyperock high-velocity heavyweight heroic hunter supercharged supreme sprinting stealth sentinel battle bot with flamethrower and football missile and football finale missile array.
This is awesome.
Yes.
That'll send that worm.
These are our
Jose. Go!
toys commercials for our children, or from our childhood. Let's see if we can find one more. This one is Buffalo. I'm going to pull them up in a second after the ad.
Yeah, I mean, what's up? I'm a little busy here.
What's up, dude? Real quick, schedule release video. You got anything for me?
I mean, just use AI.
AI?
That's what everybody's doing.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, that'll be easy. I mean, just use AI.
AI?
Yeah, that'll be easy. Just use AI.
AI? AI, thanks for doing this today. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. We do want you to build Buffalo Bills 2020
Yes.
schedule.
Yes.
Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills? Yeah, Josh actually sent us to shoot with him. Wow. MVP.
That's something for me to brag about.
He said he wanted to use AI.
Use AI or the real AI?
You're the only AI I know, dude.
Okay, so we got the real deal. Let's do it then. Here's the schedule. That was the 2025 Buffalo Bills schedule.
That's it?
Yeah.
No way. That's so good.
Can I get a go Bills?
Go Josh Allen.
Yeah, simple, plain and good point.
That's so great.
Use AI and that's it.
That is amazing. The Bills win.
Yeah.
I thought the Seahawks won. Because that was
Bills
amazing.
barely inch them out, I feel.
Just barely. That was so good.
This is it. But
oh man,
that'll do it for this week's episode of Play by Play. I feel like next week, I mean, it'll be finals in the NBA, more baseball,
and we'll figure something out.
I found something. I'll let you know about it next week. Going into next week, what we might do next week.
All right then.
All right.
Episode number 145 of Play by Play is wrapping up. Don't forget to like the show on all the social media platforms, and we'll see you guys next week.